Hi guys. In my last video, I explained the importance, in my opinion, of consistency and how I felt that consistency was really important for being happy, and becoming successful in certain areas. Um, and and how over the years, as a judo player, as a judo coach, I'd seen people come through who were not the most talented people on the mat, who were not the most fit people when they turned up, and they continue to turn up and continue to turn up, and eventually they become those people um, who we never really imagined that they would ever be, and that was just simply because they kept hammering on the same, you know, against the same wall, and eventually that wall fell, and they become people that you never imagined. And I made that mistake a number of times during my judo career, and I've even seen it in MMA as well, where people who you least expect come through and they actually produce good results, and it's simply because they believe in themselves and they continue to turn up and continue to learn, and they ignore the naysayers. Now, what I mean by that is that by ignore the naysayers are the people who generally that they tell you that you can't, or you shouldn't, or you're wasting your time, or you're making a fool of yourself. That they're the naysayers. And I've had it to an extent myself doing this. I was always the judo guy. I was always the judo competitor or the judo coach. And even though I've been happy all my life and knew ways in which I was happy, I'd always been learning to be happy even before I realised it, and before I started studying it. And when I finally wrote a book and finally started kind of putting things out there on social media, and obviously this now with the YouTube, I think people have kind of, I'm getting the vibe from certain people that I'm kind of just this judo guy who's just playing at being a happiness guru, the guy who's kind of jumping on the internet bandwagon to either make some money or improve their profile online or something like that. And it's honestly not the case. I've honestly just seen other people do it, but I've just looked at certain things and thought that I could possibly do it as well or better. And I'm not the most tech savvy guy in the world, and you can probably see from some of these videos I'm not technically minded, but my knowledge and the stuff that I know is valuable, and I think I need to put it out there for people to learn from. And there will be naysayers, but the bottom line is I enjoy it. I love doing it. I love learning about happiness. I love being happy. I love putting it out there for other people to be happy. And myself, I'm the same. I've got to ignore those naysayers. I haven't really directly had anyone say you shouldn't be doing that, but I do get the feeling at times that people think that I'm a little bit of a fraud or whatever. But I enjoy doing it, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to become something that they never imagined that I could be, in the same way that I've seen a lot of these judo competitors and judo coaches even become people who people never believed that they could become. So yeah, the first time I ever heard the phrase "ignore the naysayers" was from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and most of you would have heard of him and know exactly who he is. But and I obviously knew who he was ever since I was a kid, but it wasn't until I see a YouTube video where he actually kind of said that particular phrase, and he explained what he meant, and then I realised that had he have listened to the naysayers himself, he would have never become a bodybuilder, a champion bodybuilder. He would have never become an actor, or a world level actor at the highest level, and he would never become the governor of California. So he's just one example, and you look around and you look at successful people, you look at sports stars, you look at people in all different walks of life who have got to that level at the very, very top. If you trace back and look at their stories, they were nearly always told that they shouldn't do something, or they were underestimated, or people didn't believe that they could do what they did. And the reason that they got there is because they were consistent and they ignored the naysayers.